morning, everybody. Welcome to the Shire. Thanks for joining us today. It's another beautiful day in Ohio, mid-30s, and perfect for the project we are dealing with today. Going to be exciting. I haven't posted in a couple days. I was out this past week in Breckenridge, Colorado, visiting some high school friends that we get together out there and enjoy the town out there. So thank you to all the guys. You know who you are. Thanks so much for being great friends and allowing us to share that time together. If you ever get a chance to go to Breckenridge, do it. 100%, 120%. The town of Breckenridge is cool, but the mountains surrounding are absolutely magical. And it's not just a winter sports paradise. In the summer, it's right in the center of what they call the 14ers, which is all the various hikeable mountains in west of Denver that you can that are over 14,000 feet. So it is an outdoor mecca. It is so cool. But anyways, thanks again to the guys out there, and hopefully we get to do that again soon. Anyway, so today though, our project is we're starting our series on maple syrup. Now, I am a rookie. I am a rookie's rookie, so I am learning just as well as you will from our videos, I hope. So a couple days ago, we actually tapped our trees, and I was so new at that. I was like, well, I'm not going to put that on film because I really don't know how to do it. So I kind of got a little bit of experience in how to do it. So I thought I would do a bit of a demo here to kind of show you what the process looks like, and then I'll show you one little snippet of our collection, show you a little bit about what we're doing with that, and then the next video will be when we're out in the woods doing our collection. Right now we've tapped, I think, what have we tapped? I think we tapped 12 trees, 10 or 12 maples, and a couple of black walnuts as an experiment. And we were surprised we were able to get some sap out of the black walnuts. So anyways, so this is what you do. So if you're in the woods and you see your maple tree, sugar maples are unique. They're a part of the maple family, and they're fairly easy to identify if you can see the leaf. The leaf is really what identifies the sugar maple, and it's a soft curve in the creases of the leaf. If you see a real angular curve, that's not a sugar maple. But if you see a nice soft curve, that's probably a sugar maple. Now, you can make syrup from any kind of maple, but the sugar content might be so low that you end up with like a huge volume that you have to deal with. And we'll talk about that as we go to the process of cooking the syrup down. But for right now, I'm just going to show you how we tap. So basically what we're using are these plastic taps. They're pretty cool looking, and they're very, very inexpensive, okay? So what you do is we're going to tap the tree, and this is a simulation. This is actually an old piece of ash, so it's not really, obviously, a maple. So you take these bags. These are food grade bags, and they really were developed for the dairy industry, but now they've kind of been adapted for use with maple syrup collecting. So we're going to cut the corner out of this, and there's a reason you do that, and it's an important reason. It's because that's how you get to the vent. So we take our tap right here, and we're going to put this into the bag and out that vent. Takes a little bit of work to get there, but we'll get there. Okay. Okay, see how we did that? We took the big end is sticking out. That's what's going to go in the tree. The little end is the spout into your bag, and that's where you collect your syrup. Pretty cool. So what we're going to do next is we're going to take our drill. This is a 5/16 drill bit, and we put some tape on it to kind of see how far we wanted to go into the tree. So again, this is just a simulation, but this is how we do it. So anyway, so you find your spot on the tree. The first season that we're tapping, that's how you say we're so new to this, we're tapping the south side of the tree. Why are we doing that? Because that's potentially your best production. Now, the reason that is because that's the side the sun's going to get on. It's going to run, the sap's going to run faster on that side than any other quadrant of the tree. Now, another little thing that I learned I didn't realize, the sap doesn't run all the time. What you're looking for cold nights, freezing nights sub 30 and warm days plus 40. Today's kind of in the middle because we're about 38 right now. Sap is running, but it's not running as much as it will when it gets above 40. So that's a real niche-y thing, but that's where you really get your best sap run. And the sap doesn't run all the time. It runs during the day. At night, it's going to basically, it's like a faucet. It's going to shut itself off. You might get a little bit, but during the day, as soon as that warmth differentiation takes place, that's when your sap starts to run. So you find south side of the tree, and normally this would be probably the smallest size you would tap. You would want something bigger. You take your drill, you go at a slight up angle, and you drill into the side here, trying to make as clean a hole as possible. Okay, that's our first step right there. Now, if this was an actual maple tree that was live, of course, you would start to see, ideally, some sap start to leak out right out of the hole you just did. So you look in there, you take maybe a Q-tip or something, you clean out the hole so it's nice and clean. There's not a lot of debris in there, and that's real simple. You take your tap, find our hole, you put it up against your hole, and then you take a hammer and you somewhat firmly, but understanding this is all plastic, you tap it into place. And you can tell when it's seated home, the whole sound changes. And that is. So now, that is really all there is to it. Now, what you would see if this was out on a maple tree, you'd see the sap start to drip out of the spigot into the collection bag. Then what you do is you take our hole that we cut, you just fold it over, and you place a clip on it, and that keeps the rain and the bugs and everything out. And that is really all there is to it. We have 16 bags out on the maples, a couple more bags down on the black walnuts. But we're very, like I say, it's a very small experimental operation. You go past some farms, they might have 200 bags. You know, this is replaces the old school you used to see in the Norman Rockwell paintings, the old buckets hanging off the tree. This is the modern bucket. So when it comes time to empty, which I'm going to show you in a minute, you take the clip off, you simply pour this in, we empty it out, you put it back in the place here, and you clip it off. Now, the way the tree works, or the way that the process works, you've got about 2 to 4 weeks, and it all depends on the weather. When you tap, if you go beyond 4 weeks, the tree will naturally heal that wound, and it will shut itself off. But you probably have anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks. So it is a short process, a short season. So there's a lot of work goes into it while you're doing it. We're going to collect every day, and then we're going to start that process and cooking down. But that's another video. So that's what we just did there. So plastic taps, these food grade plastic bags, they all go in, and then, like I say, they sit there, and you know, the whole process of collecting, you take your sap and you put it in the fridge, you keep it cool, get it ready to cook down. You can even leave it outside if it's not going to get too warm. But you leave it, and then we cook it down later, and that's the subject of another video. Right there, I'm going to take you out in the woods. We're going to do one collection, one tree, show you how that process starts, and then I'm going to bring you into here, show you what we've got so far, how we're holding it, and then I'll say stay tuned for the next video. So we'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. All right, now, as I said before, we're going to do another video on collecting, because we got like 10 trees up here.
I'm going to do a spin around real quick. We'll have them there, soaked out there.
We got, you know, a couple trees down below and a couple of walnut trees that we're experimenting on. But I wanted to show you just the process here. Like I said, we're going to do another one here in a minute. So Bo's going to help me here. So here's what the bags look like when they start to fill. This is a pretty good tree. It looks like we got maybe a gallon in bag number 5, and maybe a little bit less in bag number 6. But we're going to take our clip off. We're going to try to do this without spilling. Put the clip right there. So this is our corner that's cut out that I showed you before. And you take your bucket and your bag and you start pouring. I should have brought the bucket that had the graduated marks. Now, whoop, don't want to lose any. Then We're going to probably run for a couple weeks, we hope. So then you just take it, reposition your bag. Don't have to be fancy about it. Fold it back over, put your clip on, and we're done. And there you go. That's almost a gallon in there. And we'll combine that up with everything else. And we'll show you what we collected for the day. But like I say, we're going to do another collection video later. So thanks. We'll be right back. Hey everybody, we're back. So I wanted to show you in closing here on today's video kind of the process of holding until we're ready to cook. And so right now, if you can look right here, I'll show you. Let's see if I can do this. Right here is our processes, and that's full of sap. That's what it looks like. So we have about 6 gallons of sap in there. There's a little bit of ice because there's some ice on one of the buckets, and a frozen bucket of water. Now, I don't think we necessarily need that today, but if it would get up to 50 tomorrow, which it might, we're going to want to have that frozen gallon of water in there to kind of keep it cool. So until we're ready to cook, this is all you need to do. You pour it into a cooler, you try to keep it as clean as possible, you cover it up, throw a blanket over it, and we hold it till we're ready to cook. So it's a very cool process. It's fun, and now that I'm just learning the parts of it, it's one of those processes where it can be extremely simple in premise, but you can add a lot of complexity to try to make it a better product in the end. And that's what we're going to show you in the next video. Remember, come back if you get a chance. Do a little reading on the outside. It's really a fascinating process. But join us again. The next video we're going to talk about is collection, and then the video after that is going to be the cooking process. And then we'll probably have to do another video where we do the bottling and the ready for consumption. And you know, we're going to probably make some bottles, give it away, and have fun. Anyways, hey, thanks for joining us. Tell your friends. May your day be filled with shenanigans. Give your loved ones a hug, and we'll see you on the flip side. Bye now.